Have you ever wondered why a promising new cure for a disease can take, a decade or more to get from a lab to your local pharmacy? It is a frustratingly slow and expensive process for sure. But a groundbreaking new study just published in Nature Communications suggests we are on the verge of a massive breakthrough, and it's all thanks to a surprising new champion in medicine, a highly specialized AI.
So what's the big holdup? Well, a new drug's journey is incredibly long and, frankly, unbelievably expensive. We're talking billions of dollars. A huge chunk of that time and money gets tied up in one critical phase, the clinical trials. And that's exactly where we find the hidden bottleneck this new research is aiming to completely smash.
You see, the biggest slowdown isn't always in the lab creating the drug. It's in managing all the information that comes after. You can think of it as a great big data traffic jam.
Just think about it for a second. Every single new drug has to be tested on hundreds, sometimes thousands of people. Researchers conduct countless interviews over the phone, checking in on patients, asking about any side effects, hospital visits, or other changes. All of this generates a literal mountain of audio recordings and transcripts, a traffic jam of absolutely vital information that has to be analyzed piece by piece before the trial can move forward.
So how is this mountain of data analyzed right now? The answer is slowly, very slowly. Highly trained medical experts, they're called adjudicators, have to sit down and manually listen to or read through thousands of these interviews. They're on the lookout for key events, like a patient being hospitalized. It's incredibly time-consuming, it costs a fortune, and because it relies on human judgment, it can sometimes be inconsistent from one person to the next. This, right here, is the bottleneck.
Okay, now this is where things get really interesting. Researchers decided to tackle this problem head-on, but they didn't just throw any old AI at it. They built a specialist, a brand new kind of digital doctor designed for one job, and one job only.
Let's meet our protagonist, Fu-LLM. The Fu part actually stands for the telephone follow-ups it analyzes. Now, what makes it so special is that it's a domain-specific AI. Let's make that simple. A general AI, like the ones you might use every day, is kind of like a family doctor. It has broad knowledge about a lot of things. Fu-LLM, on the other hand, is like a top neurosurgeon, an absolute expert in one highly complex area. In this chart really spells out the difference. A general AI like GPT-4 can write you a poem, it can help you code a website, it can tell you all about ancient history. It's a classic jack of all trades. Full LLM, it can't do any of that. It has been obsessively trained on one thing and one thing only, clinical trial data. Its whole goal isn't to be good at a lot of things, it's to be perfect at one. So, with this new specialist AI ready to go, the researchers set up the ultimate test, a high-stakes showdown to see who could analyze clinical trial data the fastest and most accurately, a true man versus machine challenge. Let's meet the competitors.
So in one corner, we have the reigning champions, the veterans, a team of human medical experts who've been doing this for years. In the other corner, we have the titans, the big-name general-purpose AIs you've probably heard of, like GPT-4o and Claude 3.5. And finally, stepping into the ring as the underdog, we have our challenger, Fu-LLM, the specialist. And the challenge, it was immense. All three competitors were given the exact same task: analyze 1,046 real interview transcripts from a major cardiac study. Their job was to go through every single one and correctly pick out all the crucial clinical outcomes. We're talking about things like death, hospitalization, or changes in medication. The stakes just could not be higher.
And when the results came in, well, they weren't just surprising. They were frankly revolutionary for this entire field. First up, let's just look at how the AIs performed against each other.
It wasn't even close. Fu-LLM, the specialist, was significantly more accurate than the big-name generalist AIs. The master of one trade easily beat the jacks of all trades. Now, this alone was a huge win for the idea of specialized AI. But the real shocker, that came next.
Okay, here it is. This is the headline moment from this entire study. When they compared Fu-LLM against the human medical experts, who are the gold standard in this field, the specialist AI was more accurate. The machine, designed for this one specific task, performed better than the highly trained humans who have dedicated their entire careers to it.
And don't just take my word for it. The researchers themselves put it very bluntly in their paper. They state that Fu-LLM outperforms not only the big general AIs, but also the human adjudicators. This is a monumental finding. It's the first time any model has ever cleared this incredibly high bar.
So, an AI was more accurate than human experts at a critical medical task. That's a fascinating scientific result for sure. But what does it actually mean for you, for your health, and for the future of medicine?
Remember that huge data traffic jam we were talking about? This AI is the tool that could finally clear it. Instead of waiting for months and months for human experts to manually review thousands of records, this AI can do it almost instantly and with higher accuracy. This breaks the bottleneck, potentially shaving a huge amount of time off the clinical trial process.
The impact here could be massive. Shorter timelines mean new medicines for diseases like cancer, Alzheimer's, or heart conditions. Illnesses that may affect you or your family could get to patients years sooner. It could dramatically lower the multi-billion-dollar cost of developing a new drug. And because the AI is more consistent, it means safer and more effective treatments for all of us.
So this research really leaves us with a powerful and pretty provocative question. We've seen what general AI can do, right? But this study suggests the real revolution in medicine might come from these highly focused, specialist AIs, each one designed to solve one critical problem perfectly. Are we witnessing the beginning of a brand new era where these digital specialists become the key to unlocking our medical future? Well, it's a future that might just be arriving a lot faster than we ever thought possible.